People's Bank. I'm also a member of the Board of Directors of the Amherst Area Chamber of Commerce. On behalf of the bank and the Chamber Board, I'd like to welcome you tonight to the 2012 Amherst Area Chamber of Commerce Annual Awards Dinner. As always, some of you know that before joining the Commercial Loan Department in January of this year, I served as the Amherst branch manager for 3.5 years. At this time, I'd like to introduce Tiffany Raines. Tiffany is the new branch manager in the Amherst office. She's been with the bank for 12 years, serving as a branch manager for quite some time, and I have no doubt that Amherst is in good hands with her at the helm. Being the sponsor tonight comes with a lot of perks, great table, front row seat, but the best of it is that I get to brag about the bank for a couple minutes, so I'm going to do that. People's Bank at this time is the largest community bank in Western Massachusetts. We've been recognized recently as a leader in LEED certified construction, green energy financing, charitable contributions, and employee volunteerism. This past year, for the 5th year in a row, we were recognized, another tongue twister, as a top corporate charitable contributor by the Boston Business Journal. In 2011, for the first time ever in the bank history, our charitable contributions reached $1 million. The bank's most recent accomplishment was that we were named an employer of choice by the Massachusetts Chamber of Commerce. As an employee of the bank, I can attest that that award was hard-earned and well-deserved. Looking ahead, we're most excited. The newest and most upcoming thing for us is that we are expanding to Northampton, where we just recently broke ground on a new building that will be LEED registered on King Street. Finally, it's no secret that all of the individuals and organization, usually it's plural, isn't it? Organization, who are being honored here tonight have significantly contributed to making Amherst an A+ place to be. You are all deserving of the recognition you are receiving tonight, and I am honored to be a part of it. Congratulations to you all, and enjoy the evening.
Hello, everyone. Boy, am I happy it's not 7 a.m. For all of you who don't know me, my name is Catherine Grandonico. I'm the Vice President of Lincoln Real Estate, which is our local family business. We're located in the center of town. I'm also the Chamber President, and on the board's behalf, I'd like to welcome you all to, once again, the tongue twister, Amherst Area Chamber Annual Awards Dinner. We're delighted to be here at the Lord Jeffrey Inn, so thank you all for coming to honor some of the best and brightest people and organizations in the Amherst area. Now, an event like this doesn't happen without leadership, support, and commitment. To that end, the Chamber owes a great deal of gratitude to our underwriter, People's Bank, who has supported the annual dinner for nearly a decade. We are honored to have their continued support for this program, which is one of the largest networking events in the Valley, as well as our participation on our board with People's Bank Vice President Megan Gregory, and on our committees. A passion for what is possible is a perfect slogan for the community in which Emily Dickinson wrote the line, "I dwell in possibility." I'd also like to thank our contributing sponsors, Comcast Business Class, Copycat Print Shop, and J.F. Conlon and Associates. And thank you to Health New England for their sponsorship of our valet parking services for tonight's event. I'd also like to acknowledge Amherst Media for their work on tonight's video, which we'll see later. Many thanks to the Chamber's Dinner Committee, chaired by April Williams of J.F. Conlon, Maureen Robb of You Are Cordially Invited, Michelle Taranjo, I hope I didn't mess that up, sorry Michelle, of Hampshire College, Michelle Raboyne of Hope and Feathers Framing, and the staff liaison, Joan Temkin. This group has been together for a few years now, listening to the community and the membership, making improvements, and working very hard to create an unforgettable evening. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Each year, the tradition at the Chamber dinner is for the President to laud the Chamber's accomplishments. And the Chamber is involved in many different aspects of our community. Our organization strives to make your membership meaningful by representing you, the Amherst area businesses and organizations, to the media, town government, with state and federal officials. But the real strength of the organization is not in our coverage or the number of meetings we attend, but in the members we serve. We are as strong as your involvement and participation, so thanks to every one of you for participating on our committees. As I said earlier, it takes a great many people to put on an event like this tonight. It takes creativity and pizzazz to create a great event. An equal amount of energy and creativity to make our community an outstanding one. The Chamber helps to connect us all, whether it be in business-to-business opportunities, working on committees, or helping us through government affairs and voice the opinions of the business community. Working with the Chamber helps your business and the community. Our honorees tonight are people and an organization who understand that ethos and strive to make the Amherst area a perfect place. One more thing I'd like to add is that tonight's after party is going to be hosted at Lit, which is behind Antonio's, if anyone is interested in joining us afterwards. So now, without further ado, I present our MC for the evening, on loan from his duties at 93.9 The River. Radio's great, Monte Bellamonte.
So far? It was a great dinner, was it not? The Hitchcock Center are totally loaded right now. They were out of control. I don't know what they were doing over there. They had the same bottles of wine that we all had over there. Thank you so much for inviting me back to the Amherst area Chamber dinner. Big round of applause for People's Bank for helping. I've spoken at this dinner, this is the third time now, and I'd like to begin by apologizing to Amherst Town Manager John Musante. Last year when I spoke at this dinner, I poked fun at the fact that John was out walking and had a terrible fall that left him hospitalized. And in poor taste, I mentioned that his father, Mayor David Musante, was known as the walking mayor of Northampton, and that he could learn a thing or two from his dad. That was in poor taste, and I apologize. I apologize mostly because John Musante's brother is my boss. And his father, who's a real mayor, told me he'd beat me up if I did this, so I'm sorry. I am Monty from 93.9 The River and WHMP. Glad you could all make it out tonight to the little party. What with the rigid curfews that have been imposed recently, thousands and thousands of cases of Triple E reported in the area. Epsilon, Epsilon, Epsilon. I believe it's a fraternity somewhere in Frat Row. I think those UMass frat parties sound amazing. In my day, frat parties were a few dozen people at most, and now they send the Evites out with Facebook, and every frat party is like the Arab Spring. They're setting things on fire with thousands of their closest friends, trying to super poke each other in the middle of our literal farm bill. But there are exciting things happening at UMass. New money for the sciences just announced recently. That's good. New Chancellor Subaswamy, who went from studying in India to working in Indiana. And now goes from UMass to Swish we're back in India, where at least the mosquitoes have malaria, a disease that we know how to treat. In Amherst, we have triple E. Eastern equine insufferable party pooper disease. Canceling evening sporting events and outdoor activities just because Mr. Ed dies in Belchertown. But kudos to the new business improvement district in Amherst for not canceling the hugely successful downtown Amherst block party. Did you go to the block party, everybody? Height of the triple E threat, they decided to have that party anyway. But, you know, being from a town named after the patriarch of airborne infectious disease and Amherst area smallpox, thank you to the Lord Jim. This is the Amherst area chamber dinner because Amherst is so much more than just one town. It's Hadley, it's South Deerfield, it's Foxborough, where our hometown football team, the UMass Minutemen, is playing for the first year in the FBS. FBS, of course, stands for, baby, hold your ears. Bull. Which is what Minutemen fans have been saying every week on the 2-hour drive back from Foxborough after another sad loss. But you are here tonight to honor some of the pillars of our Amherst area community for their work in environmental leadership and their outstanding film work in the area of horror and suspense, the Alfred Hitchcock Center for the Environment, where they love nature but hate the birds. A Lifetime Achievement in Business Award for a man who made his living by plagiarizing. I'm sorry, that was an Amherst College professor. This man made his living by copying at Copycat Print Shop. We honor a medium-sized mammal with a distinct bank robber facial mask. What is it? A coon riddle. I apologize. These last two are a little bit of a stretch. The Hitchcock one was easy. Copying one. And we honor Yusuf Fadel from the Chamber, who is the artist formerly known as Cat Stevens. Okay, that one went over a little better. But before we begin, let's all rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance to our American flag. Oh, wait. What's that? We don't have a flag. Is Larry Kelly here? Fox News needs to hear about this now. Thank you, and I yield the remainder of my time to Craig Mallett from Cooley Dickinson Hospital, who is going to be giving up the Cooley Dickinson Amherst Area Chamber Scholarships. Craig Mallett.
This is the 6th year that we've had the honor of, with the Chamber, awarding scholarships to local students who are pursuing higher education. What we particularly like about this is we're helping terrific students who got a great education in this community stay in this community. The two students who we've identified this year are both having graduated from some wonderful high school in the area, Amherst. And then are going on to the Eisenberg School. It's actually interesting, two different stories. One young man who has been working in the family business for a number of years, following the direction of his dad, and that inspired him to stay on for accounting and business. And another young man who had one interest in, I think, restaurant management, and then architecture and ultimately moving on to sports management. And if you know UMass, you know this is a great place to be for sports management. And so two different paths of people who are already goal-directed, and you know they're going to be doing a wonderful job, and it's great to be able to keep them in the community. One of the two young men wasn't able to stay after dinner, and so we're providing his award separately, and that's Dennis Griswold, and his dad's business is Griswold Accounting, but I would like to call Steve Ferreira up to accept an award. He knows what he's doing. Congratulations to two future leaders. Thank you.
Now let's get to know tonight's award winners. Without further ado, Amherst Media's production of tonight's award winners.
Hello, I'm Chris Riddle, principal with John Kuhn at Kuhn Riddle Architects, now retired principal at Kuhn Riddle Architects. We're a firm in Amherst that has been around since, well, really since 1977 in one form or another. The firm is a generalist firm, practices mostly locally in the valley here, and with a concentration in education. And probably another concentration in sustainability. Sustainability of what we produce. We care about the future of the planet and the future for our children and grandchildren. There are two issues that I'm particularly interested in. One is is global climate change. Now, our work here at Kuhn Riddle has been to reduce the energy consumption of buildings, and buildings consume roughly 40–45% of the energy consumed in our country. And if we can make a big dent in that, and we can, buildings can be zero energy producing if they have a good site and if they're responsibly designed. So we've worked on, we've included sustainability, and all the, that's just a buzzword, and it means an awful lot to a lot of different people. But we try to carry that as a consideration in all of our projects, and I've had a few that I'll mention. The one that I was working on when I retired in 2010 was the Ken Burns wing of the Jerome Liebling Center at Hampshire College. That's a LEED Gold certified building that I won't describe what LEED is, but it's a certification program for sustainability in buildings. Another is the Minuteman Marching Band building at the university, also LEED Gold. Another is the solar canopy at Hampshire, which I feel I take some responsibility for making that project happen. There was a rusting canopy that connects the Arts Village, and we were able to restore the canopy and put photovoltaic panels on it, repeating what its original design included when it was first built in the 70s. I've been involved in a lot of volunteer work also, in addition to my work at Kuhn Riddle. And the one project that I want to put two things that I would like to pitch for you this evening is the ABC Walk. I'm a member of the ABC Board, Amherst Committee for a Better Chance. And our big fundraiser, the walk, is happening very soon, October 20th, and we hope you would all consider obtaining pledges and walking on for that event. And also coming up in the early November is Valley Light Opera's production of Patience at the Academy of Music in Northampton. I do set design, and helped build and paint those sets, as two of my interests over the years are still out there. The third is my beautiful granddaughter, who was born on March 5th, and my daughter and son-in-law are right here amongst you this evening. Amherst is a fabulous place to live. We came here by accident, just so that my wife could get her master's degree, and absolutely have stuck. It's a rich community with people that care about things that I care about, and it's diverse, and it's just a fun place to raise a family where education is valued. So it's been a pleasure to be part of this community, and I hope to stick around for quite a bit longer. Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you tonight.
I am Ray Shafi, the previous owner of Copycat Print Shop. Right now we are at Copycat, 37 East Pleasant Street, Amherst. I am working more than 25 years in Copycat and serving the university, customers, and all Valley customers that they need anything related to printing. I'm actually master's degree in agronomy, especially in soybean and sunflower. When I came to this country, if I want to go to my field, I have to go to Midwest. But I choose Amherst because of my children's education for future. One of them was 6 years old, another one was 8 months old, and both of them graduated from UMass. And my brother-in-law was here. I came over here and decided to work together, starting the business, and we started Copycat with 1 branch in Amherst. And then we expanded up to 7 branches, all in the Western Mass, like Greenfield, Chicopee, Pierre, Northampton, Springfield, West Springfield. And after that, we work as a Tiger Press for printing and right now Tiger Press running by my brother-in-law. He's one of the biggest commercial printer in the Western Mass and is in the East Langmeadow. And after 25 years work here, 20 years in Iran, it was 45 years, I realized I have to sell my business, and I decided the last one was Copycat here in Amherst, and I sold it to Mr. Sean Clary. I know him for 20 years, and it was one actual condition for him that I want to run the same way that I was running, the same employee, the same customer, the same thing, and he said, okay. Everything that I have here, I believe that came from the area, and the people are here. My living, my actually children's educations, community, and I'm far from my family, and the people are here is like kind of my family, and they supported to me different way, and I have to support them too. And as I told you, still I sold Copycat more than a year. Every month, 15, 16 days, I'm here minimum, serving the customer, having talked to them. And nobody, even they know, some of the people, they don't know they changed the owners. Still, you can see my pictures all over here, my cards. The people feeling I'm here still. And that's connected together, and that's actually, as I heard, Copycat is like one of my children. I love Amherst. I would like Amherst, as usual, is educated, clean, nice, and alive community as it is, and everybody put their hand to each other and keep this town the first best town, not in the Massachusetts, in the whole United States.
I'm Yusuf Fadel. I represent NEPM, New England Promotional Marketing, and I work out of my home in Amherst. What I do is I put people's names on stuff to help them promote their brand and promote their company, to reward employees, to promote new products, and to basically make their logo looks good. I'm actually while I'm affiliated with NEPM, New England Promotional Marketing, out of Wilbraham, which is a very, it's one of the top companies in the Northeast that do what we do. I'm actually self-employed, so the way I get to know people and get them to know me and trust me is by getting involved in places like the Chamber and just get my name out there. So that's really my only way of being able to get out there and get well known. The way I find that I get benefit from my involvement with the Chamber and such organizations is to be involved on different committees. And at the Chamber, I tend to like to do all the fun committees, like the Golf and Winterfest, and sometimes something a little more serious like the Board of Directors. But it's always good to be involved and you get out of it what you put into it.
Just don't eat it. 3.
Here we go! Come on!
Oh, come on. Stuff that in the mouth.
Every project that involves people and gives people a good Chamber experience is a good project. You know, I've been fortunate enough to work on the Winterfest and the Chamber's the Taste of Amherst. You know, on the golf tournament, and most recently the margarita tasting, which seems to have been a big hit. So I always tend to go for the fun events that actually get more people involved and give them a positive experience from being members of the Chamber. I'm grateful to be involved with a company that gives me the leeway to do what I need to do when I want to do it, and to be able to work out of my home and be able to enjoy being with my wife and son while I'm working at the same time. And you know, I'd like to thank them for letting the Chamber borrow me every once in a while to do the things I like to do. And even though they think I'm playing most of the time, it's really it's work-related in some way, shape, or form.
Hi, I'm Julie Johnson. I'm the Executive Director of the Hitchcock Center.
And I'm Colleen Kelly. I'm the Education Director of the Hitchcock Center.
I've been here for about 10 years, and Colleen, you've been here for longer?
Close to 28 years.
Yep. 28 years. So we're celebrating our 50th anniversary, which we are still kind of astounded by, that we've actually been around that long. The Hitchcock Center was founded in 1962 by a woman. Her name was Ethel Dubois. We called her Doobie. I actually didn't know her, but I feel like I do. She had such an effect and power on people, and she had a very amazing vision to create the Hitchcock Center. Then it was called the Long Plain Nature Center.
She was hugely inspired by Rachel Carson, and really thought it was so important to have children outdoors. And when I came on board, I also was inspired by Rachel Carson, so knew it was a great fit to work here and get involved with the family and children programs here.
Yeah, she really had a strong belief that children needed to be connected with nature, and to develop that deep sense of love for their natural surroundings that would last throughout their life. And her initial focus was really to work with low-income children from Holyoke and Springfield, who really got the place started. It was the Long Plain Nature Center in Leverett, which is when she started. It was at her farm. But in the early 70s, the Hitchcock Center changed its name. We totally outgrew the farm that Ethel had started the center at. And we, with the town of Amherst generous support, moved here to the Larch Hill Conservation Area, which is where we're walking right now, this beautiful piece of land that we use actively for an outdoor classroom.
Yeah, we have summer camps that we bring out here, and the kids spend 2 weeks in the summer for sessions out here. We have a nature discovery preschool, a parent-child preschool that is very much inspired by Rachel Carson, as the parents are there with their children learning how to explore outdoors. We run homeschool programs and school programs and have a great menu of community programs that go on here too.
All of our environmental educators are the most dedicated, committed, and passionate educators that I have ever met. They have made me see things differently. I relate to the natural world differently and to people in general, and have such a deep abiding love for our work as seen through their eyes. And they bring that passion to the classroom, to teachers, to adults every day. They help us see, they help us observe. And Colleen, as she said, has been here 28 years. Ted and Mickey and Helen Ann also have been here upwards of 20 to 25 years as well. So there's just this long history that they have been here. They continue to bring new ideas and energy and are constantly evolving with the field, bringing in new practices and methods of teaching. We're constantly learning, so it's a great learning community. And I would say, I guess, the second reason for our success would be our community. This community has got a great thirst for learning and for having a strong sense of community and belonging. And the natural world has been prioritized, I think, as a core value within our community, within our town. So combined with that, with the support we get from the community and the incredible talent of our educators, I think we've really been able to succeed over these 50 years.
A big round of applause to Amherst Media for putting that together. A big round of applause to Tony Maroulis, who did not speak here tonight. Half the man he used to be. He also gave everybody at the Hitchcock Center Triple E. Manhandling him. You guys, we are all really lucky to have elected officials in our area, like the two folks that we're going to call up right now to honor the award winners tonight. Please give a warm Amherst area welcome to Representative Ellen Story and Senator Stan Rosenberg.
Strict instructions that there have been enough words tonight. So we're really not going to say anything. We're going to read our citations, one of them, because they are remarkably simple. I will start with the last one that we just did. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the House of Representatives citation. Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to the Hitchcock Center for the Environment in recognition of your outstanding leadership in creating an environmentally conscious community. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. Given this 4th day of October 2012 at the State House, Boston, Massachusetts, by Robert A. DeLeo, Speaker of the House, offered by Ellen Story.
As Ellen said, our citations are very, very similar, except as you can tell, the Senate citations are in a very handsome, larger blue cover, and they have a silver embossed sticker with a blue,
That's so cute right now.
Oh, I guess the House got some more money in their budget because they weren't using those for a while. And as she says, they're really amazingly similar because really we don't have much imagination and we can only come up with one thing to say. And so ours say roughly the same, except This one is signed by the Senate President, Therese Murray, the first woman in the 300 years of the Massachusetts legislature to lead either branch of our bicameral. It's also signed by me as the state senator for Amherst, and I want to offer congratulations on behalf of all 40 members of the Senate to each of the honorees. You distinguished yourself. I'm sure we're not going to hear, after tonight, this is not the last we're going to hear of you, and we'll look forward to continuing to see you in various ways leading in the community. And I hope each of you enjoys having these two citations, because they're the first and last free thing you're ever getting from the Commonwealth.
Thank you again to Representative Story and to State Senator Stan Rosenberg. I learned firsthand at dinner that Ellen will drink you under the table. And Stan will medical marijuana you under the table. I have dangerous.
Answer your questions about that subject, and I'll see you at the after party.
All right. Good call. For the life, let's take a beat here and really think about how this is like a lifelong achievement for these folks. For the Lifetime Achievement Award in Business, Chris Riddle. With a Lifetime Achievement in Business Award, Rishi. The Chamber MVP Award, Yusuf Fadel. During dinner, so I don't know what they're going to do right now. The Legacy Award for Environmental Leadership, the Hitchcock Center for the Environment. Applause for all of this evening's winners. Thank you once again to People's Bank, to the Amherst Area Chamber of Commerce, and to all of you for supporting the Chamber and all the great things that happen. Winners don't move, elected officials don't move, photographers still working. The rest of you, get geared up, after party at Lit. Have a good night.